What's going on, Jerome? This is beautiful Monday, a Monday Vikings / NFL news dump. Currently, full disclosure, it's about 9:12 p.m. Central Time, the only time zone that matters. Jets just tied up with the Chiefs at 2020 on Sunday Night Football. Let's go. Let's go. But I don't know. I feel like the Jets are still going to screw up. Anyways, it's pertinent to the Vikings since they play Chiefs next week. Chiefs can get got, but a lot more of that this week. But a bunch of random stories I want to go through. So first up, this is from Will Raggett's Justin friggin' Jefferson. Stats through first 4 games. Yada, 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 yada. This year, 33, 5, 43, and 3 touchdowns. No big deal. No big deal. Justin Jefferson on pace for a $140, 23.08, which would be good, and then also 13 touchdowns. JJ is him, and he proved it in this last game, actually last couple of games, where Vikings needed a play. You got it from 18. And Jefferson easily could have had 3 touchdowns on Sunday, and he's him. He's wide receiver 1, the absolute alpha, and I love him. And we're never going to trade him. No, screw that noise. Extend him, give him all the money, and go from there, man. Speaking of LSU wide receivers, so another one going in a very different direction is Jamar Chase. So Joe Burrow is looking like ass. He's got that calf injury. He can't move. He's checking it down. He's not throwing it deep. He literally cannot put his body into his throws, and that's really hurting Jamar Chase downfield. And the Bengals are, blah. I mean, their Super Bowl window may be closed. And it's only been 2 years, man. But frustration boiled over. Post-game press conference, when asked about the passing game, Jamar Chase said this, quote, "I'm open. I'm always effing open," end quote. So, I mean, Jamar, it's understandable. Jamar and JJ are cut from a similar cloth, both super competitive. And, you know, Jamar's not getting the rock. They're not moving the ball. They're not putting up points. They're not winning games. Joe Burrow is dinged up right now. And I understand the frustration. But, yeah, watch them put Burrow on ice. They tank. They go like 1-16 or 2-15, and then they draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and then Chase gets less of the ball. It's hilarious, man. Speaking of wide receivers, so Chase Claypool. So so Ryan Poles, the Bears GM, sort of tiptoes through the tulips. He completely skates on the Chase Claypool trade, where he traded number 32 overall to the Steelers, who ended up being Joey Porter Jr. And Chase Claypool is bad, and he gives 0 effort. He only cares about himself, and they straight up just made him a healthy scratch this week. Courtney Cronin, ESPN, go. To clarify, per team spokesperson, Chase Claypool was told to stay home today and not attend the Bears game as an inactive player. So what was stated by Matt Eberflus postgame is incorrect. So Eberflus, IKEA toilet, just lying. Just straight lying, Matt Eberflus. Claypool was asked by the Bears to not attend today's game. That's bad, man. That's so bad. Plus, they haven't won a single game with him on the roster, which is crazy. So, of course, the Bears' historic collapse. I mean, you're up 21 points heading into the fourth quarter, man. What could go wrong? No big deal. And late in the third quarter, I should say. And the Broncos came back. Stupid ass Sean Payton and the corpse of Russell Wilson. They get it done. And I feel bad for Justin Fields, man. Like, he's played like ass, thank you, this entire season. But he had himself a damn good game on Sunday, and it wasn't enough still. I mean, it is so rough. Where this is amazing. So the Bears haven't won a game since Elon Musk bought Twitter, like October 2022. Their last win was Monday, October 24th, against the Patriots in New England. Cool. Apparently the Patriots are ass. And since then, they have lost. They lost 10 games in a row to finish out the season, including the meaningless game against the Vikings and Nick Mullins. And then they've lost 4 straight games this year to kick things off. And if they lose their next 3 games, they will have gone a full calendar year without a win. And now the next 3 games, they're at Washington, and then they're hosting the Vikings, and they're hosting the Raiders. It's tough. You absolutely hate to see it. Also, what's amazing is Eberflus was supposed to be this defensive genius, you know, doing things with the Colts and Frank Reich and in Indy. And the Bears hire him. They go to the 4-3 after they've been a 3-4 team for years under Fangio and shades of Fangio. And they invested heavily in their linebacking core, you know, Tremaine Edmonds and whatnot. And they've drafted heavily on the defensive side of the ball. And their defense is the worst. They're terrible, man. The Chicago Bears are the first team to allow 25 or more points in 14 consecutive games in NFL history. It's amazing. It's just amazing what the hell is going on in Chicago, man. Also, so you may have noticed on Disney Plus, so the early game at Tottenham, the Tossers of Tottenham Stadium, the Falcons attempting to play football against the Jaguars got smoked. Desmond Ridder kind of sucks. But what was amazing is they did this Toy Story simulcast, and my kids love Toy Story, and they were up getting after it. And I put this on because I thought it was neat. Neither of them care about football at all, but they love Toy Story, and they thought it was so cool. And it was neat how the GPS chips in the players' shoulder pads was simulcast with the animations and how they did it in relatively real time. And they loved all. I thought it was great how Booger, and I don't know who the announcer was, but it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, first down here. Here's what first down means. And I thought it was cool. I felt like they were explaining the rules to kids in a non-patronizing fashion. Of course, that's going to be the audience. I mean, like hardcore football people aren't going to be like, what the hell is this? But I thought it was entertaining. I thought they filled the dead space fantastic with well-known characters. Slinky Dog was the first down marker. I mean, it was really good. And I understand, like, it's kind of kitschy. It's kind of whatever. I mean, the Nickelodeon games, I mean, the playoffs, that whole thing. But as long as it's not the main version of the game, I'm fine with it. It's looking to grow the game. And also, how many of these kids are going to grow up to be football fans now? Because they started watching these Toy Story versions and they got interested and they started learning the players and the teams and because now, like my daughter wants to be a Falcons fan because we're Liverpool fans and the colors remind her of Liverpool. But of course I can't because I cannot forgive what happened in '98. Not that I hold on to grudges. So this is a scary story. So Browns tight end David Njoku over the weekend had a home accident where reportedly he burned his face and it was either arm or hand. And he was going to be inactive on Sunday. Now, extent is unknown because Schefter hasn't tweeted out his medical chart yet, like JPP. But Njoku showed up to the game wearing a mask. Like what? Hold on. So first off, this is a badass look. He looks like the next villain in a DC movie. So he's wearing this custom mask. He's got the headphones on. Probably can't even hear the headphones, just for show. He's shirtless and wearing a full-length mink. This is a badass look, man. This was hardcore. Like, I'm really hoping that his injury isn't that bad because otherwise, I don't know, is he going to wear the mask full time? Who knows? Who knows, man? But pretty badass. Also badass is CJ Ham. That's right, the fullback, special teams captain. 100th career game. 100th career game in purple, which averages out to 6+ seasons and change, and it's awesome. I absolutely love this story. Where kid from Duluth, Pride of Augustana, NSIC, nailed it. I always want to say NCIS, except that's a show on CBS that only old people watch. But actually, it does sound kind of good. Maybe I'm going to get old. Anyways, but CJ was a bad dude for the Augustana Vikings, man. He was a badass tailback. Came in, UDFA tryout, practice squad, worked his way up, became the starting fullback, special teams captain. Team leader, love it, man. He's fantastic. Something that's not fantastic is Vikings, of course, won. Winning on the road in Carolina. It's always tough to win a football game, especially when you throw a 99-yard pick six on the first drive. But the Vikings did it. But there's a lot of fans on social media and, of course, in the comments here that are very upset that their team won a football game. And we've been over this, where tanking does not equal success. Historically, haven't shown that. Just because you draft that quarterback one doesn't mean that he's going to work out. And especially in this class, you don't have to be up in the stratosphere to find your quarterback of the future. This could be the deepest quarterback class in NFL history. And the thing that bothers me a little bit about it is when people say, hey, I want my team to lose games, and when you point all these points out about tanking, it's like, well, I'm sorry if I want the ultimate prize, or I'm sorry if I want a good quarterback. There's no guarantee. Like, if it was a completely guaranteed correlation, sure, I'd be down to clown with that. But it's such a holier than thou, smartest person in the room mentality. It's just so stupid. It is like again, if there was a direct correlation, if this is the NBA draft and the number one pick, you had LeBron James, or maybe you get Anthony Bennett. I don't know. And I did mean Anthony Bennett. I did not mean Anthony Edwards. Nailed it. But nah. Let's go out and win a game, especially since we're still alive, especially since we have 6 division games left. Go out and do that. I also, not gonna lie, I'm kind of rooting for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce to break up before Sunday. Because otherwise, it's going to be a zoo and a madhouse. We got the CBS game of the week. I don't know, man. But as of right now, again, the Tankers have a little bit of ammunition since the Vikings are 1-3, and by strength of schedule, Vikings currently have the number 5 overall pick. So what? It would probably go, I don't know, Caleb Williams at 1, maybe some Drake May, maybe Fashu, the tackle from Penn State, maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. Sure. Then maybe Michael Penix Jr. Maybe some Quinn Ewers. Maybe some Shador Sanders all up in there. Maybe some Kool-Aid McKittrick. How beautiful would it be if the Vikings end up with the number 1 overall pick somehow, some way, right? And then Kwesi just completely trolls the entire fan base. Like he extends Kirk for 3 years, extends JJ, and then trades down for all the picks. That would kind of make me cry because, of course, I love me some Caleb Williams, but it would be hilarious. Be hilarious, man. Anyways, that's it. Vikings Monday news dump while you're taking a dump. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.